All right. So we're going to bring her over here and set her down. Adjust the camera a little bit. All right. So we are going to do Sheila's hair. And Sheila's hair is a little bit interesting because she has a head of natural hair. Whee! Yippee! So I am going to show you how to do it. Very, very simple. Okay, those rubber bands that she had in there I did not like, so I got her some real ones. So now Mommy gets to do her hair. Okay, natural hair. Now with these natural styles like this, you want to manipulate it as little as possible. Okay, you don't want to have any kind of breakage, hair breakage, or pulling of the hair at all. And so you have to be very gentle with it like you would with natural hair, with your own natural hair. So what I'm going to do is I got a boar brush here, a natural bristle boar brush. Okay. It's not going to comb completely through her hair all the way down to the scalp because you don't want that. Now, because we want to be as careful as possible. Let's see, I'm trying to think how I'm going to do it. I might, let's see, do it up like that with two ponytails in the back. So, but I think she has a part there, so we'll just keep it at the part. Okay, because you don't want to manipulate it too much. Now, I'm going to get a little bit of water. And I'm just going to spray my hand. I missed it just a little bit because I don't want to put too much water on her hair. So as you can see, the wetness of my hand, that's about all the water that I'm going to need. And I'm just going to dab her hair just a tad bit. That's it. Okay. I think we'll put her on some pink rubber bands. And so I went to the store and got her some rubber bands so that we can put some little ponytails in her hair. Probably just going to do two because it does look like she has a part. We'll just use a couple of purple rubber bands. It looks like she has a part going down the middle of her hair, so we're going to leave that natural part there. We're not going to try to make it into something that it's not. Okay, so you want to try to keep that natural frizz in her hair. And I'm just going to gently, very gently, brush it just a little bit, very, very carefully, because we do not want to break any of her hair. So I'm very, very gently brushing it. That's about all the brushing that needs to be done. And then I'm just going to gently move the hair upward. Okay, I'm not going to pull it at all because we don't want any kind of tension. Okay, get a little rubber band. I'm using purple today, so I just kind of, and I'm just going to wrap it once. Okay, I'm not going to wrap it 2 and 3 times because the thickness of her hair is good enough for once, and that's it. See, that's it. So see how it looks nice and neat, just that little itty bitty water I used, and then I'm just going to gently take her ponytail and gently, not pulling at all, just manipulate that her little fro there, her little afro puff, just like that. So you see how neat that looks? And so that's how we do that. So then I'm going to just pick her up and turn her so that you can see the other side. So we want to keep that natural wave pattern in for that beautiful natural kinky look, okay, that she is wearing and that she has. And so again, we don't want to put any tension on her hair because we want to keep that natural afro puff. We do not want to comb her hair at all because she is just this is, I believe, it's not rooted, so it's a glued-on wig, actually, is what it is. But it looks like it's rooted. It's a very good job. And so we don't want too much manipulation at all. As you can see, there is a little bit of part here. So we're just going to gently leave that there. And I want to try to keep that little wave pattern she has going on there. As you can see the little waves there. So what I'm going to do is grab my little water bottle and just spray my hand, okay? And again, I got a little bit of water on my hand. That's all the water you need. And I'm just going to gently, very gently, kind of tousle her hair up in the same direction as the other ponytail, and just kind of, you don't want to pull and tug at all. And I'm just going to take my brush, and we're not combing down to the scalp, okay? We are combing just the surface, the top, because we don't want to pull any hair out of the wig at all. We want to keep this hair on her head forever, and so we don't want to manipulate it very much at all. So we are not combing. We are combing brushing, excuse me, just the outer, very top surface, and extremely gently. Okay, that's about all the brushing I'm going to need. And then I'm going to take my little rubber band. Okay, I'm not going to wrap it. Okay, I'm just going to put it on the ponytail. Okay, once. It's just going to go right on it. So I'm going to try to get it exactly like the other one. Just bringing it up gently like that, and wrapping that right around her head like that. One time, guys, one time. And I'm just going to gently manipulate it so that it looks pretty identical, not pulling or tugging at all. Just a little bit of manipulation so that she has, and that's how you keep your dolls with rooted hair. And her hair is a wig, and it's glued on, so it's not even rooted. So we want to be even extra careful because we want to try to keep as much hair in their head as possible. But you see how much neater it looks than from the very first video when I got her. It looks a little bit neater right up in here, brushed just the outer surface and not very much at all. Just, you know, very extremely gentle because we don't want to pull any hair out. We want to keep as much hair on her head as possible. And I'm probably not going to comb it for brush it, because you don't ever want to comb a natural hair because you don't want to pull it out and you don't want it breaking and shedding. You want to try to keep as much hair on the dolls as you possibly can. And one reason why I did this video, guys, is to show some of the reborn mothers out there how to save the hair on the head of your reborn dolls. You have to be, even with straight hair, extremely gentle because they are not human. So that hair can come out, and once that hair comes out, that's it. If you take too much hair out of their head, then it's going to be extremely thin, and it's going to look terrible, and you don't want that because then you'll have to get another wig after a while, and that can get costly. So if you are extremely gentle when you manipulate their hair, and I wouldn't do it very often, like this is probably going to be, I'm just probably only going to do her hair when it gets a little dusty. So probably every 3 or 4 months, actually, because this is going to be her, probably, I might do 4 ponytails after a while, but maybe in about 3 or 4 months, and then I'll come back and do another video about how I'm going to do that. Pretty much the same way I did today, but just very, very gentle brushing, no combing at all. And I didn't really brush completely through it. I just brushed just slight the outer surface of the hair, just a very soft brush on the outer surface of the hair, because we're not trying to straighten out the afro puffs. We want them to be afro puffs. And if you noticed, I did not wrap the rubber band extremely tight around her hair. I didn't wrap it at all. I just put the rubber band around one time her afro puffs, and then I just kind of shaped these a little bit out, because I want them to look as natural as possible, and I want to keep the hair in my baby's head. And so that's how you're supposed to comb your reborn's hair, being very, very gentle and extremely gentle. And not just with natural hair, but with straight hair, wavy hair. You want to be extremely gentle, because you don't want that hair shedding. You don't want it coming out, because again, you take that hair out and you're going to have to get another wig after a while, or you're going to have it re-rooted. So try to comb their hair as less as possible. And only comb it, or actually brush it, and not very often, but brush through it probably I would say it's probably healthier for your babies to do it when their hair starts getting dusty. And what you can do is just take a little washcloth and just kind of lightly, when it's just a little damp, not soaking wet, it shouldn't be completely wet through, but squeeze it out very, very well. There shouldn't be hardly any water coming out, just very slightly damp, and then just kind of wipe the outer surface of their hair. But this is how it should look, and her hair is very beautiful. I just straightened, got this part because in the box it was looking just a little bit around here, kind of out of place, so I just kind of went back. And you don't want to put any products on their hair. When you spray something on their hair, it needs to be water, and that's it. And if it's mohair, I think some of the reborn artists do have the mohair conditioner. I would use very little of that when you comb their hair. And I guess it's supposed to be concentrated, but maybe just a little bit of conditioner, because this is not human hair. This is actually, it looks like a type of mohair, I think. It might be a mohair wig. I'm not quite sure. But I don't think I'm sure it's not human hair, but it looks very real. So I want to try to keep it on her head for her, the rest of her life, or actually my life, because she's going to be with me forever. So that's it today for the hairstyling guide for reborn mothers. That was a natural hairstyle guide for your dolls, as well as you could take that same advice and use it on wavy hair, straight hair, and mohair, and human hair. You have to be extremely gentle, because you don't want to rip the hair out of their heads. Okay, so thanks so much for watching, guys, and please comment and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.